Excellent. Hello, this is Project Swift. Welcome to yet another match of DotA's Hard blah blah blah. Please come join us, fantastic Australian DotA in-house community. Come join us. We're on Facebook, we're on Steam, we're on YouTube. We also have a DotA 2 chat channel. Come join us. Search DotA is Hard in the chat channel things. Come play. It's fantastic. We're all lovely, friendly players. There's my introduction done as well, so I can. Hello, Cupcake.
Hello! Howdy doody, everybody! Game 2. We oh, Timbersaw! First ban coming out of the DotA. That is...
Alright.
Maybe someone has nightmares about this fellow or something, but that's
an
oh god, respect ban. I honestly don't know any of these players, but sheesh. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so...
Some new meta.
Yeah, we were just having like a quick discussion in the lobby before this started, like, oh, let's just, like, ideas were being thrown around of maybe let's just ban tier 1 heroes and let's just pick some random shit. So I think those two bans are going with the let's pick random shit. I love it. I'm just gonna... Goodness
gracious. No, it should be fantastic. I can't wait till the picks start, you know, all these shenanigans already in the banning phase. Oh no, someone's not listening, I don't think. We got a first pick Magnus for the Radiant. And the Nature's Prophet, and let's see what their second is. Might be going for some early push, which would be exciting to see, I guess. The last game obviously we played was we casted was 12 minutes long. A very swift victory by the DotA, some players who have played Dota for quite some time coming in and versing some of the more moderate skilled leveled Dota is Hard players. But yeah, as we were talking before, the skill levels is quite broadly skilled, these players in here now.
Yeah, broad skill with the shuffle players going in there, so should be interesting. And with with like those bans, so we got first pick of Nature's Prophet and Windrunner with Magnus. Magnus first pick is fairly standard. The Nature's Prophet and Windrunner, they're both pretty decent heroes. So even with the strange bans, could be interesting. So Nature's Prophet probably, yeah, I don't know, see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah, strange bans obviously leaves a lot of tier 1 heroes in the pool, which I'm sure we'll probably see picked up soon, but...
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that like those tier 1 heroes haven't been picked up, like snapped up straight away. The Magnus is in there, but heroes like Bat Rider, Nyx Assassin, Phantom Lancer. Oh, I guess Phantom Lancer's only really great with Coddle, but you know, they're all still in there, so...
Well, having too much to choose from, all these tier 1 heroes, all these fantastic picks, and also not be a very good thing, as we saw with RG and Zenith in the G1 League the other day, Game 2, where Ice, I think their captain, banned nothing for the whole thing. It's actually a legitimate strategy, and what ended up happening was Chuan picked up, I think it was a Bat Rider, a Magnus, a Lone Druid, and... 2 other things, but it just ended up that, you know, he was so greedy that he picked all these things up. They didn't actually synergize too well together, and some things they needed too much farm, so they ended up losing, which was quite unfortunate. It just shows, you know, this deep meta that the DotA might be actually, you know, trying to start and change. But we see a Shadow Demon Rubik picked up by the Radiant. Oh no, the DotA. Yeah. Sorry.
No, on the Radiant team. Radiant is on the bottom side, DotA is on the top.
Radiant's on the bottom.
Yep.
Yes, which is I'd say they're going to be our 4 and 5.
Yeah, probably. Actually, it's unusual seeing the Shadow Demon and the Rubik on the same team, because they're both sort of those setup heroes, and they don't really bring so much damage to the table, but they can set up those tri-lane things really, really well. And we've got a pick of Tidehunter into a Rubik. So Rubik was just picked, and then they picked up a Tidehunter straight after. So that's a little bit dangerous.
It is definitely, now that Ravage is just so much easier to steal now as well. You really like got to get Rubik in your inner circle if you can, when you let it off, so he can't actually steal it. But there's a lot of nice things to steal from.
That is true.
Get your hands in that teleport early on would be pretty good for the team.
Oh
shooting around
god, that would be amazing. Rubik with global teleport.
It'd be pretty crazy, and obviously Shackle and Power Shot would be a fantastic pickup from the Windrunner as well. So much damage, and then of course the Gush and Ravage from Tidehunter.
Yes, of course.
But
if they could do a steal a Tidehunter Ravage and then follow it up with a Magnus Ultimate, that's huge. Or the other way around, if they could do a Magnus Ultimate followed by a Ravage, god, that would be like an instant team fight win right there.
Yeah, it's pretty even so far. Both teams got quite good picks. You might end up. I think we'll see probably some early push, obviously, with the Nature's Prophet, which would be good. Hopefully, he's ganking a lot. An exciting game's always a good game. I'm in a TeamSpeak server. I need to deal with that. Sorry, I'll just be gone for 2 seconds.
That is all right. Well, while we're here, the DotA team is just continuing.
Sorry about that. Obviously, again, no hard carry has been really picked up by either side, which is it's going to be pretty interesting. We've still got Chaos Knight, Anti-Mage, Faceless Void, Lifestealer in the pool.
Well, if you look at the bans for the DotA team, they're still continuing with the outrageous ban.
The DotA are going to pick up something a little more defensive, because they can have that Prophet in the jungle. Maybe a Luna, you know, with the Tide. I don't know, but if I was the Radiant at the moment, I'd look to do something very aggressive, because they're gonna have to put the wind. Like, I don't see Windrunner very often in a tri lane. It can be done, I guess, but she is really good with a lot of levels, which is why you do see her solo quite a bit. They could send her mid, of course, but again, it's not something you usually see. So I assume that the Windrunner will be going off lane. They might send the Prophet mid, but I expect him to be in the jungle.
They could also put the Tidehunter on the long lane. I haven't seen a Tidehunter long lane for a while, but it's really good. Yeah. But have you noticed Have you noticed the bans of the DotA team? The bans of the DotA team are still quite outrageous. They got a ban of the Bloodseeker and the ban of the Shadow Fiend. So continuing along with the outrageous, and then we've got the final bans of the Lifestealer and the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and I'm happy with that last pickup of Luna. That's gonna be.
Well, I've got it. It's official. The DotA team. Yep, DotA team are playing the green mean machine, or mean green machine, whatever it is. It's all green. Go Windrunner, Nature's Prophet, Tidehunter, Venomancer, Viper. That is a lot of slow they bring to the table. The Nature's Prophet has that hold from the Sprout, and the Windrunner does have the Shackle Shot. The Sprout and Shackle Shot are like a decent combo going in there for the stuns, and the rest of the team slows them down a fair bit. And the Radiant team don't have too much to get out of that slow, so it could be interesting, could possibly work, the green machine. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I guess. I
assume there's going to be a safe lane Viper farming. They don't really have very good level 1. Or, I guess, of course, if the Tide and Venomancer, I was wrong in assuming that Nature's Prophet is going to go jungle. I'd say he's definitely going to go mid, unless they're going to run something a bit unconventional.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got the clock, Haley. Do you want to do introductions, actually?
I think that's a good idea. Get it started before people accidentally bump into each other in the jungle. So, we've got JD on the Rubik going level 1 smoke. I think that may have been a misclick. I don't know. They've got like 2 smoked heroes straight up. May have been a misclick. Anyway, we've got Noobaholic playing the Magnus with Harley 017 playing the Clockwork, with Cricket playing the Shadow Demon, and Biscuit on the Luna for the carry. And we've got Kill Heroes and Fly is playing Viper. That is a very apt name for the Viper. WNHS is on the Windrunner with G-Banger playing Nature's Prophet. Osmodius taking the Tidehunter, and Weavers playing on the Venomancer. So that's the lineup that we've got for this game. So Windrunner is gonna be running into a Shadow Demon in a bit of a dangerous, no, not really a dangerous situation. Is working his way into a dangerous situation. Has placed the ward down. And there's the disruption. The Rubik isn't coming over though. The Rubik didn't come over to like capitalize on the disruption. Otherwise, the Windrunner would have been in a seriously dangerous situation.
Even though the Windrunner did pick up Windrun at level 1, I think with the double damage and then maybe even a lift after that Windrunner's activated, there definitely could have been a first blood there. And
that
again,
is true.
It's really unfortunate to actually see.
Level 1 Smoke Gang coming in on top.
Capitalizing on something like that.
Level 1 Smoke Gang coming in behind on the Clockwork. Tidehunter slow, followed up by a Venomancer slow. Use the cogs, but that slow is still continuing. The Venomancer has taken heaps of damage from the creeps though, and the Clockwork will manage to get away and pop us out.
That is a huge win for the Radiant. They burnt a lot of regen. They put a lot of money into that with the smoke, obviously.
Yes.
And nothing coming out of it. Looks like we've got some altercation. The ping's coming out from the bottom. Some zoning happening to that Windrunner.
Yep, the Rubik's coming in as well. Rubik's in on the mid lane and looking to come in behind the Viper.
What's really fantastic about this setup is that because they've got solo laners against both tri-lanes, it should be good because we're going to see probably a lot of activity towards that mid lane with the two supports, which is going to be fun to watch.
That is true. Lots of opportunities to rotate mid. Rubik hasn't taken up the opportunity though. Was standing mid but has decided to back off. This ward here is actually spotting this Venomancer. So, that's, yeah. We might be going... He does have a sentry ward. Yes, he is dewarding that ward there. Tidehunter's coming in behind the Clockwork, going for a round 2, putting a couple of hits on. Clockwork traps him inside of the cogs. I don't think, if that was intentional, that was a bit of a bad move. I think he meant to catch him on the outside of the cogs and do that mana burn, but it didn't work that way, unfortunately.
I'm a bit disappointed with how the Dire have actually decided to lane this, putting the Nature's Prophet top. I think come mid-game, probably the Viper.
Going in on the mid, the Venomancer's coming in behind, has slowed down the Magnus, and they're doing a lot of damage. The Viper might get a first blood here. He's getting that slow with the teleport in from the Nature's Prophet. That is a first blood to the green machine. Good work, guys.
Yeah, it's a good pickup, of course. And that Viper, I guess the Prophet as well will carry, but I think the majority of the damage is going to be with that Viper come mid-game.
Yeah, that is true.
Kill picked up on him. I think, though, that this Windrunner definitely needs to be taken care of at least once or twice before 10 minutes because she's keeping up relatively well for being solo off lane against what initially was a tri-lane. She's getting good XP as well, same level as Luna. Actually, I think she's currently more XP, and Luna's just overtaken her, but seeing a bit of pulling out from the Shadow Demon now, which is nice. Stuff of that XP, you go SD.
Come on. This Rubik here, I think this Rubik is playing a little bit slow, a little bit passively. Has still only level 1, and right now he's in the bush. Was there at like I don't know, 40 seconds too. He could have stacked the creep camps, could have started stacking, especially with the Luna on the team. Coming in behind the Windrunner, they're going to catch him out, stuns and a lift up, and now they can start pounding at him. He doesn't have the Windrun to get away, and that's going down. Kill goes to the Rubik.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That was definitely needed, I think. That Windrunner was getting a bit too greedy.
Yes.
I think looking at the last hits, the Viper is doing very well for himself at mid against this Magnus. Magnus is having a bit of a hard time, which of course is probably expected, but I would like to see him I don't know if I agree with the boots. He could have just got a bottle and sat back spamming Shockwave, getting a few last hits here and there. I don't really think it's going to do him as much good.
That is definitely the way to play Magnus mid. You get a fast bottle, you try and you use your skewer to win those rune races, and then you spam Shockwave. You get your last hits from Shockwave, and that keeps you out of harm's way, especially against lane opponents like a Viper.
Yeah.
Viper has picked up phase boots already, 5 minutes in, and has a Ring of Aquila and phase boots, so that's going to be making life very difficult for the Magnus. He's also level 6 over level 4, so Viper getting excellent farm.
Bit of a mistake there as well by him. He hasn't turned off his Aquila ring, so the lane's going to passively push as well because the creeps are getting that damage buff.
That is true, the armor buff, yeah, getting the armor buff. So his creeps are going to be stronger than the Radiant creeps, and it is going to like sort of push them into the opponent's tower.
We got a rotation by Venomancer to the mid, looking to go on the Magnus.
Coming in from behind,
I
don't know if they're going to catch him.
I don't think at this point, unless you have a third there, and the Magnus, or the Magnus is seriously out of position because he does have the skewer to get away.
On the bottom lane again, Windrunner goes down. That tri-lane is starting to make its presence felt up against the Windrunner. They use the disruption on the Windrunner, and then as soon as she comes out of disruption, she pops her Windrun, and then is just picked up by the Rubik, and then like the duration of Windrun just runs out while she's up in the air, and she's unable to use it. So they're making that presence felt.
Yeah, it's good. I was hoping. Oh, and we had
Nature's
down
Prophet
bottom.
Yeah, he teleported into a dangerous situation.
I'm not sure why he would have done that. There didn't seem to be anyone on low health unless someone salved up, but I don't think that was the case. Maybe that was a misclick or something, or maybe some miscommunication in this team.
Yeah, possibly some miscommunication. Might have seen the Windrunner go down and thought, oh, there might be someone that I can snag. Or he might have thought that he could go in and get some farm while the Windrunner wasn't there. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
Yeah, I think as well the dynamic, bit of pressure on that Clockwork, who's getting relatively pretty good experience against what was initially a tri-lane as well. Give him the Windrunner treatment, yeah.
I think on the mid lane, the Venomancer.
We got
things are happening.
Prophet down bottom just sprouted the Luna, and we got as you were talking about before, the Shackle into the and she's just gonna melt.
Yep,
yeah,
Viper coming in as well.
Shackle. Yeah, he teleported down just then. Yeah, that was really good. The Luna was getting kind of out of control. That was the only person that really had to worry about in regards to getting farm at the moment, because that Clockwork has, in a sense, kind of been shut down. The Magnus has definitely been getting no farm because of that Viper mid and that early first blood and the advantage that gave him. And it's good now. I think they're probably gonna.
Gonna interrupt you. Action on the mid lane. Venomancer going down to a massive Nature's Prophet ultimate, as well as a slow from the Venomancer. Venomancer is on very little life and does go down to a skewer from the Magnus. So that is a trade. Venomancer for a Shadow Demon, but in the top lane, in the meantime, the Tidehunter managed to get a solo kill on the Clockwork Goblin. So that's an interesting one there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
God, the green machine's doing really well. I am excited by this. This is great. Getting a kill, getting the bottom tower.
I think that was a good trade for the Dire at mid. And we got a Sprout onto the Magnus now, who's gonna skewer out of it and get Shackle, but that's gonna miss. Got a power shot coming through with Commissions as well. I think we got a Rubik and solo RP. That's some serious hate, but I don't think.
Nothing's going to come from it. That's a double kill. Clockwork coming in as well. Oh, they need that. Cue the
Drip feeding.
Yeah, that was
quite unfortunate. We got a 5-man rotation to the bottom. Now Viper's going top. You know.
Drip feeding. I like that term. I like that one. I've never heard it before.
Yeah, that was some serious misplays there, one after the other by themselves. It wasn't something that the team needed, of course, after losing those two supports at mid. Oh, sorry, the Clockwork with the solo and the Shadow Demon taken down by the Prophet ultimate before. But I think at the moment, once that Luna does get up a first major item, they might look to come together and push some tier 1s down, but currently, as it stands, I think the Dire, obviously, because of that first blood, and then we got some...
Going here on the Venomancer. Venomancer's in a very dangerous situation, taking a lot of damage. Skewer doesn't quite go far enough, but the Rubik does pick up the kill with that Fade Bolt.
Yeah, and all this time, Luna's sitting at bottom, getting some farm, trying to get in a position to carry her bros. We got a first pick up of a Void Stone on Prophet, which obviously, you know, kind of shows that he's going to go and pick up a Sheep Stick quite early.
Yeah.
I don't know if I specifically agree with that. I'd probably go for the... Actually, no, it's probably a better pickup. I was going to say he could probably pick up Orchid, but of course there's not really that much magical damage other than the power shot. Do you know if the Orb of Viper is magical?
Yeah, it is. It stops... Yeah, if you Orchids the Viper, it stops the poison attack. Oh, it could be massive 3-person RP. And coming in by the clockwork, that's a 3-person cogs as well with a Fade Bolt. Heaps of damage coming in. The Nature's Prophet goes down to some damage from the tower, but they managed to turn that around really effectively. 3 heroes caught by the RP and the cogs. They turned it around and got 4 kills on the Radiant team. And a tower as well.
I think what was unfortunate about that confrontation was that the Ravage wasn't up because they used it to get that solid kill down bottom after the other 2 had been picked up on the clockwork after he hooked in, which I don't think they should have burned it back then, but I guess maybe the Tide was a bit eager to use. But I think even then, of course, it just shows the strength of the Dire team without turning that around, without even having to use a Ravage. And now looks like the Prophet is getting some levels in trees. We've got a disruption onto the Viper. Possible, yep, lift. Oh, that is unfortunate.
That was a 1-person Ravage, I think.
Clock gone.
Oh, Magnus teleporting in, but has to use his skewer to get away.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet taking a lot of damage from that tower. Might actually die.
Let's see a big eclipse here.
They gotta chase him down. That's a long way to chase. Might actually catch out the Tidehunter. Drums are burst. And they do manage to get that Eclipse off on the Tidehunter, doing a little bit of damage to the Venomancer and the Viper as well. But that both of those 2 heroes managed to sneak away. With the Nature's Prophet coming on, doing a... Oh! Viper picking up the kill on the Shadow Demon as well. So Viper has a lot of farm. Check out his items. What do you think?
I think he's gone a very cocky build, of course. You know,
he has.
Man, it's always it's always a scary thing to see someone who can hit pretty fast, who has an orb that really, you know, for the squishies, gives you a pretty fucking hard time. But obviously, you know, they know they've got an advantage. I think maybe this could be the thing that pushes them over the edge. I think obviously before we saw the Nature's Prophet finally pick up some treants, so they might be looking towards now kind of doing some kind of split push, I guess, and Mask of Madness will be useful for that and getting those towers down. But the Radiant team seem to be all over the place at the moment, not knowing what to do. Obviously it'd be pretty dismal coming back from a couple of fights like that. Obviously the mentality at the moment, and looks like we're going to see an altercation down bottom.
Looks like the Dire team are actually going to be sandwiched at the moment. Right now the Windrunner is in a really dangerous situation. It's in between all 5 heroes and they know she's there.
Oh, that was...
Oh, I would have really loved to see... they need a Skewer coming out from the Magnus. Skewer misses though. They still get up the kill. Viper's coming in doing lots of damage.
Oh, that Mask of Madness.
Oh, that is a 1-for-1
They
save.
should turn around. I think they can still... they should have turned around a bit sooner, I think. Obviously the Viper's going to sit back and start taking... This is...
3-person RP. Unfortunately, after the Luna's gone down, though, that's 2 for 2. They managed to get the kill on the Magnus as well, and the Rubik goes down. So that is a team wipe because the Shadow Demon's only just come back alive, teleported straight in.
I think with There you go, that Mask Madness, I can push that tower now, but really, if you're going to fight over a prolonged period of time, you really need to get rid of Viper straight away, because as soon as you start losing HP with that bad boy, that orb, and his second attack, where just the base damage increases exponentially, it's just, he does a lot of damage.
That is true, yeah, his damage just goes up as the fight goes on.
I think the Radiant aren't in very good standing at the moment. I think the amount of casualties that the Dire just suffered then could have probably been avoided if it actually turned around a bit sooner. Add a few people up here and here and here, which means it would have been hard for Magnus to actually RP. And in that fight, the Viper ended up taking quite a bit of damage. Had to go off for a little bit and actually salve.
Yeah, that's true.
Blade pick up now on him as well.
Yep.
But I think they were in a position to play a lot more aggressively, but they did aggressively. What a gush onto the Rubik now at mid, and he's definitely gonna fall. Ah, actually no, sorry, I thought the Magnus
was on the other team. He did skewer and completely missed two people. Viper's coming in from behind.
We've got the Viper coming in.
Here we go. Luna gets the double kill.
Anyone to have fun.
Big Ravage from three-person Ravage, and Viper is cleaning people up. Those trees were actually working a little bit in. They were working in the Radiant's favor that time. Managed to block it off, and they could have probably got the kill on the Luna as well, but the trees blocked them.
Yeah, that's a second ultra kill on Viper, and he is getting quite
He's big. Have you seen his score? Like, just take a quick look at his score. It's massive.
Yeah, he's 14-0. It's quite scary. He's the kind of person you don't want to meet in a dark alley at night, I think, at the moment.
Oh god, no. Not going to see him coming up, and he's wearing that creepy mask in the alley as well.
I think it was a mistake as well. Luna looks like she's trying to pick up a Yasha to probably build into a Manta eventually. I don't think she... I think she should have gone for an early BKB. And
yeah, I think I'm going to agree with that one. Needs the extra HP and stops that stops the poison attack from the Viper.
Yeah, the shackles as well and the power shot. It would have been a very much better pickup. Could have just sat there for 10 seconds, I guess, unless of course the Viper did start attacking. But it just would have meant that they'd either probably at this stage of the game they would have had to ignore it for a bit. But yeah, moving into mid game now, it'll be good. Looks like they're going for a Roche. Maybe not. Yeah.
Yep, definitely with those wards going up.
That Viper is going to be one scary son of a gun after this. I'm assuming he's going to pick it up. He'll drop his Aquila.
Yeah, he's going to have to sell off the Aquila to pick it up. I don't think they don't have any other Basilisks. Oh yeah, they do have Basilisks on the Nature's Prophet as well, so selling off that Aquila will be fine. We'll still be able to get the benefit for the team.
Again, as you can see over here, the Dire have got a lot of map control at the moment. They've dewatered, of course. I don't know if the Radiant even saw that. I think there may have been a few pings, but really at this stage of the game, with the lead they do have, there's not really much they can do, and that's gonna hurt.
Rubik just got 3 hit by Viper, and right now
he came out of that Shadow Blade.
Oh, that's a 2-person shackle straight in, doing lots of damage. The Luna's being caught out. One more, yes, does go down. 2-person reverse polarity from the Magnus. These reverse polarities are just a little bit late. They're like every time the Luna dies, then reverse polarity goes off. And it's just because the Radiant team, the Dire team are doing a fantastic job of keeping spread out, so that reverse polarity can only ever hit sort of 2 heroes at one time.
Yeah, their positioning. I think after the 2-3-man polarities that he got in the first 10 minutes, they thought maybe we probably should get our act together. But the Dire have got a base ward now in the Radiant base. It looks like they are going to go for the racks.
Yeah, gonna try and pick it up. All the Radiant team are back alive now, but the Dire team haven't lost out too much from that fight. They've got a few heroes that take a little bit of damage, but they're all still really healthy.
Yeah, well, at the moment Hook is down. The only real ulti that can be used is Luna's, and Ravage is up. So team fight at the moment definitely favours the
Viper's getting cocky.
There's the Ravage.
Viper was getting really cocky, was in a really dangerous situation. That Ravage saved him through and through. The Magnus has a chance to kill the Viper, but doesn't have the Shockwave to take him down. Could get a two-person Shockwave. Yes, double kill from that Shockwave. They got cocky and ran straight in. And that's Viper's first death.
Took the Aegis, actually.
Oh, that is a double kill from the Nature's Prophet.
That was a clutch fucking ulti. That was crazy.
That was great.
That's the kind of shit I like to see from a Nature's Prophet. I hate it in pubs where, like, Nature's Prophet using that shit to farm.
Yeah, it's just getting the creep kills.
Well for picking off. Yeah, it's good. It's so useful in a team fight just to get those pick-offs at the end if you haven't used it, or even initiating. It's fantastic. But at the moment, it's pretty dire straits for Radiance. They're down a ranged Rax. Looks like we might see something now on the Venomancer hook.
Yeah, Venomancer's in a dangerous situation. Windrunner should just leg it. Just leave. Yep, accept your fate. And well, there's GG's coming out from the Radiant team.
Yeah, two pretty quick games that we've seen today, which is quite good. Hopefully,
that is true.
That balance shuffle button gets a bit of a workout by Valve, maybe.
Most of the balanced shuffle games are really good. It was yeah, I think the DotA team just might have got seriously caught out by Team Green. Just weren't quite expecting it. And
yeah, I think for them to really work out, they needed the Magnus to get a few good RPs off, and he couldn't really get that early blink, which really, hit their performance come, just the end of early game and the start of mid game, which they just conceded in. So they did have the potential to have some fantastic team fight there. Obviously the RP into the Eclipse, into Rubik Fade Bolt, and possibly even a Stolen Ravage or Poison Nova, both of which would be pretty easy to steal.
That is very true. It was, this was a really interesting game to watch. I quite enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah.
That Viper, star player Viper, that was insane. Some of those teleports that the Viper was doing, picking up those kills, and doing fantastic work at controlling the Magnus in the mid lane.
Yeah, I think with Viper though, one of the biggest reasons that he's not really picked up by pro teams is because he doesn't have really an early escape, and in the early game, if he doesn't have a Shadow Blade up, and even that can be countered by Dust, but he's just so squishy as well. As in, you can tank him up, but he's very susceptible to early ganks, and we didn't really see much of that come from the Radiant, which is a bit unfortunate. They could have, made his time at the mid a little harder. They left the Magnus there to kind of deal with him himself, and that seemed to be pretty hard. But no, it was a very good game. Obviously, the Viper playing exceptionally well. Yeah,
that is true. Interesting game. Alright, thank you very much, Cupcake, for casting with me. I'm going to go get another lobby up.
Fantastic.
Alright, Project Swift signing out.